What's up guys, it's Lee here from Bleep Top Productions, and today I am bringing you another FIFA 14 Coventry Career Mode, episode 19, The Injury Bug Costs Us. Yes, as by the title you can see that something bad happens in this episode. But anyway, if you are returning from my subscribers who love this series, thank you for coming back. If you're recently joining us through the TGN network, welcome. And on the screen right now, if you're joining from the TGN network or even YouTube or whoever, why don't you click the thumbnail on the screen right now to watch it from episode 1, because yes, this has been a fun series to make, and as you can see, I'm on episode 19, and oh man, it has been a lot of fun. So anyway, moving on, we're going to get straight into our first highlight, and as you can see, we are up against Sunderland. Now, this is where it costs us, because I want to motivate the boys. But as you can see, Negredo from the last match got injured and is out for 4 weeks. But the good news about life is that Adam Barton wants to stay at our club, which is really nice. So through this, I decide to sort out a lovely bit of transfer greatness with Barton, because he's been playing really well recently for us. And he only wants £20,000 a week. For another year, so we're happy to do that. But this cheese happens, guys. You do not have enough match fit players. Now, unfortunately, it's true. And as you can see on the screen right now, Barton's injured, which is kind of frustrating. And as you can see in the reserves, I don't have that much squad depth in reserves, so all my reserves are injured players. So unfortunately, match 12 is forfeited, and we lose by default by 3-0. And yeah, the board is not happy. Due to the lack of players, we have to forfeit our last game. Please try to make sure this doesn't happen again by keeping a larger squad, which allows you to cope better with injuries and suspensions. So yeah, not having enough player depth cost us that game. But then the problem is I can't seem to balance our squad depth because they don't get played as much as other players. But anyway, we'll move on. And even now, Frank Musa says he's concerned, and he's worried that he's read some speculation around him. I don't know why he should feel this way, because he's quite a key cog in our team. I don't know why he's panicking. But anyway, as you can see on the screen right now, Adam Barton agrees contracts. He agreed his contract, so I'm really happy about that. But we'll go into our second game of the episode, guys, which is against Everton. So this press conference, I decided to motivate the boys because we're extremely angry that we had to forfeit our last game. And this is game 13 of the Barclays Premier League.
Welcome to EA Sports live coverage of the Barclays Premier League. Today it's Everton against Coventry City. Of course, the lights are beaming down this evening. Without further ado, we're off to Goodison Park. Here's your commentary team, Martin Tyler and Alan Smith.
Hi there, everybody. Delighted to have you along for the ride for this game. Alan Smith has joined me in the commentary position. Now, Alan, the away team. What's your opinion on them today?
Yeah, no real shock that they are in the position that they're in the Champions Cup spot, but they've deservedly got themselves there. They've produced some good football, and with the squad that they've got, I think they can ride the rest of the season and make a success of this campaign.
And as you can see, we are currently 4th. Wow, this is a very close title race at the moment. And as you can see, look at that. Everton have a phenomenal squad. They've got Andy Carroll and Zongzi, Barkley. Man, they've got a really good squad. But we'll jump into our first highlight here, guys, on around the just over 9 minutes right here. And John Fleck is unleashed on the wing. He cuts inside, does a fantastic cross, and look at this. He rises like a salmon and scores. Streifler, our lovely young 19-year-old, or 20-year-old now, I'm not so sure. Our youngster gets on the end of that, and he makes it 1-0 to us against Everton, which is beautiful. And then again, look at this, Streifler striding forward and has a shot, but unfortunately straight at the keeper, and he keeps hold of it. And we'll get into this next highlight, which is by Everton. And what a fantastic ball that is. And Barkley doesn't do well, and our defense tidies up, unfortunately, for Everton. But we'll pick up the action again, and Streifler causing all problems for the back pairing, and the keeper again doing a phenomenal save to keep Everton in this. But we'll pick up the action here, and we get a quick throw in here, and Antonio unleashes Christie down the side, and Christie's just going to keep going, and he's going to have a cross, but that cross goes no avail, and we go into half-time with a 1-0 lead, which is really awesome, guys, because we were really outplaying Everton, even though Everton have a phenomenal squad. But we'll pick up the action here just after the kickoff. Everton have a free kick, but we do a phenomenal counter, and as you can see, Adams here, look at it, our left-back Adams is up on it, and Barton unleashes Eby, and Eby's just going to keep going. And Eby's going to still keep going. He cuts inside, and he keeps going. He has an effort which is blocked, but as you can see, Barton there, who just signed a new one-year deal with us, gets on the goal, gets on the score sheet even on the 50th minute, which is fantastic. And as you can see, it was a good cross by Eby, and the keeper saved it, but it fell straight to Barton. But we'll pick up the action here again, and as you can see, Everton are struggling to clear the ball here on the 56th minute, and we take full advantage of this, guys. And as you can see, Barton with a bit of a bad pass to Adams there, but Adams regains possession and passes it to John Fleck, who then passes it to Musa, and he crosses, and look at the salmon rising again. Streifler has got his second goal in this game, and he is deciding to play the fiddle, which is quite hilarious for Everton. It's 3-0 to us, and that's his second header of the game, guys. Streifler is quite a formidable opponent in the air. But we'll pick up the action here again, and Carroll is on the ball here, and he does a beautiful cross to Fellaini, and our keeper could have easily caught that, but he just decided to make a spectacular, hilarious Superman punch save. Here we go. Fellaini's header is going in, and our keeper decides to act like Superman. But we'll pick up the action here again. And again, our keeper is equal to it. But unfortunately, or should I say fortunately, Andy Carroll misses. Our keeper did a phenomenal save, but gave it straight back to Carroll. And Carroll just misses the post, guys. Luckily for us, it stays at 3-0 for now. But we'll pick up the action here again, and Eby is through on goal. And he's just going to keep going, and he's going to have a shot. And he hits the post, which is quite unfortunate, but we keep the ball in play somehow because the ball didn't go out, and now Everton eventually clear. But we'll pick up the action here, and Everton have a cracking throw-in opportunity, and there is what happens when you do not defend properly from semi-set pieces, and Andy Carroll just loses Christie there, and he puts it in the back of the net to make this game 3-1. And that is how the game is going to finish, guys. We beat Everton 3-1. We were very angry that we had to forfeit our last game, and we came out on fire for this game, which is much appreciated by the boys. But our next game is against Fulham, and I again decide to motivate the guys because we need to keep coming. But we have some amazing news, because look at this. Our medical staff have cleared Marcos Lopez back to full fitness almost, which is fantastic. And also Negredo has been cleared to play as well, which is a Brucey bonus. And we are going to go straight into Game 14 of the Barclays Premier League.
Welcome to EA Sports live coverage of the Premier League. It's Coventry City against Fulham. Of course, the game being played under lights this evening. Let's head straight off to Coventry. Your commentary team, Martin Tyler and Alan Smith.
Hi there, everybody. Delighted to have you along for the ride for this game. Alan Smith has joined me in the commentary position. Alan, give us the benefit of your insight on the home side.
It's gone according to the script, hasn't it, in many ways, in that they're in a Champions Cup spot at this stage in the season, and with the squad that they've got, you wouldn't envisage any hiccups, really.
And here's our first highlight, guys, and as you can see, Marcos Lopez is starting this game, which is fantastic, and Adams here actually has a tremendous effort, but the Fulham keeper is equal to it. And as you can see, Lopez making an instant impact, and somehow our left back is slowly becoming a centre forward for Coventry. Adams there with an effort, but goes to no avail. And then Marcos Lopez does a great ball in, and somehow Antonio gets his head on this. On the replay, he outmuscles two players to get this in somehow. I don't know how he does it, but he just rises like a salmon and he hits the post and goes in. But we'll pick up the action here again, and Fulham are just you know, how could I put it, fiddling around with it in the box, and it goes straight to Eby, who has an effort, but the keeper is equal to that chance by Jordan Eby. But we'll pick up the action here again, and Fulham are on the attack, and they're still coming, which is very frustrating because our defense decides to finally tackle them, and then Musa to Lopez. And then Lopez looks up and does a phenomenal through ball to Antonio. And Antonio does a phenomenal ball over to Jordan Eby. And Jordan Eby cuts back and he hits it. Bullseye. And oh my days. What a finish that is. Unbelievable. Look at this on the replay. This is unbelievable. This is like postage stamp. Here we go. If you look at that, that is right in the corner. It's pretty much dead corner off the post and in. And I'm just going to slow it down here on the instant replay. Look at this. This is just beautiful. This is like poetry in motion. And look at that where the ball hits. Unbelievable. Eby has been such a great player for us again this season. Now a permanent player in this squad instead of the loanee he was last season. But we'll pick up the action here again. And Adams again gets forward and passes it to Streifler. And somehow there was some craziness at the back. And Fulham eventually clear, and luckily for us, we go into half-time with a 2-0 lead. So we'll pick up the action here again, and Eby does a fantastic ball to Streifler, and Streifler just keeps going and has a shot, but that shot is well wide, unfortunately. And we have an attack here by Fulham, and Fulham have a fantastic cross-in, and they have a great opportunity because we can't seem to clear the ball properly, and Fulham just seem to keep getting the ball back, as you can see, and they actually get a fantastic opportunity here, but their shot goes wide. And as you can see, Fulham are on the attack again, but John Fleck just keeps going, and look at that. What a strength he uses there to knock that player off the ball. He passes it to Eby, and Eby just cuts inside, and he has another shot, but this time it's over the bar. He could have almost repeated the goal he's already scored in this game, but here we go, another glorious opportunity for Fulham here, and as you can see, we just can't seem to get the ball off them, and eventually we do, and eventually we clear. And we actually have to bring on some subs due to people being tired. And here we go. This is the lack of defense or bad passing, as you can see, that falls to our keeper, and somehow we clean up our own mess. And, you know, we were hanging on by a thread a bit because Fulham were coming back, but then we have this guy again, comes up big for us as Negredo was out injured. Streifler, that's 3 goals in 2 games. Our youngster is getting it done for us in the Barclays Premier League, which is fantastic. So we'll pick up the action here in extra time, and you know, it was coming, guys. I'm not going to lie. Fulham deserved a goal in this because they were playing phenomenal in the second half, and as you can see, they eventually get an opportunity. A bit of luck because our defender blocks the shot, but well, what can I say? They deserve that goal, and there's the block, and the striker lynches onto it. A good poacher's goal, should I say. And we win this game 3-1. I would have loved a clean sheet, but I have to tip my hat off to Fulham. They played really well in this game. So we get another 3 points in the Barclays Premier League, but we move on to our Champions League tie, and I decide to motivate the guys against Galatasaray because we need it. But then we have some sad news, because Kedar, our player we bought last season from Atletico Madrid, he has, not been showing up in most of our games because Antonio's been playing in his position, and Antonio's been playing amazing. And unfortunately, he wants to go on the transfer list. He wants to move to a club where he can play regularly, which is really sad because Kedar is actually a really good player, and it will be sad to see him go. But anyway, we're going to go straight into Game 5 of the Champions League, or the Champions Cup.
Welcome to EA Sports live coverage of the Champions Cup. The game, of course, under floodlights this evening. Let's head straight off to Coventry. Your commentary team, Martin Tyler and Alan Smith.
Well, now we are coming to the conclusion of this Champions Cup group stage. We're into match day 5, just one more match day to go.
Yeah, sorted itself out, and not too much time left to get the job done.
Our next game for you is Coventry City against Galatasaray. Well, the game isn't played on paper, but on paper, they do look pretty level, these two sides, in terms of ability.
Okay, and here it is, guys. It is Game 5, and this is our first highlight. And as you can see, Antonio is on the ball, and he's just going to go around that defender like no man's business, and he's just going to keep going wide. And luckily for them, it goes out for a throw. But we're going to keep it going because obviously something special happens from this. And as you can see, Christie cuts inside and he looks up and he passes it to Marcos Lopez. He passes it to Adams, who's constantly coming forward. And Negredo is through on goal. He has a shot, but that is a fantastic save. And Musa delivers it back in. But there he is on the 7th minute. Negredo, I decided to play him because he was no longer injured. And he makes an instant impact, shall we say, on the Champions League, on the big stage for us. And as you can see from this replay, no one was around him. He jumps up like a salmon, gets his head on it, and he puts it in the back of the net, which is fantastic. And we'll pick up the action here again, and it's Antonio again causing Galatasaray all these problems. And luckily for them, they eventually get it clear, but it goes straight to Ibi. And what a defender that was. That was a crucial block by Galatasaray. I tip my hat off to that defender for a phenomenal block. But we'll pick up the action here again, and Galatasaray actually have a free kick due to an offsides on us. And look at this. This player is through on goal, but look who does a crazy tackle, and he loses the possession due to jumping out of that crazy tackle by Jordan Clark. And that's pretty much what happened in the first half. Not a lot of amazing highlights, but we go into half-time with a 1-0 lead. But as I can tell you guys, Galatasaray came out swinging again. And as you can see from this opportunity here, what a header and what a save by our keeper. It was unbelievable. Galatasaray were throwing everything at us, and you know, this header was one of many opportunities Galatasaray have in the second half. And from the following corner, guys, this is what happens. We can't get it cleared, and unfortunately some cheese happens, and they get an equaliser. If you watch this replay carefully, look how crazy this ball lands. So the ball lands on our defender, and our defender chests it down for their attacking player to bang it in the back of the net, which is quite unfortunate for us. But we'll have an effort here by Christie on the 60th minute, but the keeper is equal to that also. So we'll pick up the action again, and as you can see, it's the 69th minute now, and Antonio is through, and he's going to do a beautiful cross. And look at that. Somehow Ibi jumped over both of them there, but unfortunately he couldn't find the back of the net with that effort. And here we go on the 75th minute. Galatasaray are back at us again. And unfortunately, we eventually get it clear because, my gosh, they were putting on a ton of pressure. And as you can see, literally a few moments later, we get another glorious opportunity. And Ibi plays through Negredo. And Negredo is one-on-one with the keeper. And the keeper pulls off a phenomenal save. And Galatasaray actually clear the ball. And as you can see, Antonio took a knock in this game, but I decided to bring on some players due to people being tired. And Ibi is through. He cuts inside, and look at that again. The man, the myth, the legend, Jordan Ibi, stepping up on the big stage to get a crucial goal for us on the 86th minute. And what a finesse finish that was. The keeper should have done better, but by golly, he put that away for us, and we are currently winning 2-1, which is fantastic. But as you can see, we're playing it straight from the kickoff, so something crazy must happen. And here we go. We've got Galatasaray actually attacking, and Gardner, who's just come on the ball, intercepts that and passes it to Negredo, and Negredo to Thomas, who's just come on, and Thomas is just going to keep going. He's going to keep going and have a shot, and somehow he gets to the rebound, and it goes in off the post. Connor Thomas stepping up big for us again in these big games. Our subs are coming on and making such crucial plays. And as you can see, he has a shot, and it actually comes off the toe of the goalkeeper. That's the better replay of it, which is quite unfortunate for Galatasaray, but I'm going to take it. That's 3-1 in the bank for us. But as you can see, it's extra time, and there's still more highlights, so something crucial must happen. So we pick up the action here, and Gardner comes on and just does a terrible ball, but somehow gets it back, and he puts through Negredo, and Negredo's through on goal, and this time he's going to make sure he scores, and he has scored in I think he's scored in every Champions League or Champions Cup game we've ever played in, which is fantastic where we've got on the goal sheet. But as you can see, guys, we win 4-1, which is fantastic. What a result. It looks like we're definitely going through to the second round of the Champions League, which is what we want, and we want some money to do this as well. And we also get a bit of a Brucey bonus as well, guys, because as you can see, Ryan Gould is coming back from injury as well. So all the players that are getting injured are now coming back, which is such a relief for us. So hopefully we can not forfeit any more games. But here is the league as it stands, guys. We are currently top of the Premier League with 33 points. In joint second, I believe, is Spurs and Manchester United. Even though they're on 32, Spurs have the edge due to better goal difference. Then it's followed by Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Fulham, Southampton, Aston Villa, Everton, West Brom, Sunderland, Newcastle and Norwich City. And I think the bottom 3 clubs are Wolverhampton, Leicester, and I forget the other one. I don't think it's Swansea. It could be another club. I'm not 100% sure. But guys, that is it for this week. That is another episode in the books. Episode 19. Boy, we are slowly cruising, and it's going to be great. We're almost in the 20s, which is fantastic. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, guys, please leave a like and a comment. I love hearing back from our community what I could improve, or if you're enjoying the season, leave a like and a comment and saying that you're enjoying it, because that means so much to me. Also, if this is the first time you've ever seen an episode and you want to check out any more of my content, why don't you click that thumbnail on the screen right now to view my channel to see any more content that I do, which is either war game or video game related. If you've enjoyed it that much, you can hit the subscribe button, which is directly above it. If you want to watch last week's episode, hit that button there, and if you're watching this now and the next episode is already out, you can hit that thumbnail to watch the next episode. And guys, you can hit us up on Facebook and Twitter. The link's in the description. That'll be awesome to leave a like on my Facebook page, or even follow me on Twitter, because I'm becoming quite active on social media. But anyway, guys, until next Saturday, take care and have a good one.